is a cultural trip, that's for sure. Definitely a different Florida.
It's a good place to grow up around. Everybody knows each other.
We're talking Palm Beach, an hour away. Real estate is a premium here. 1/3 of an acre. Guess the cost.
You know how to party here in Florida.
You're bringing the Jamaican vibe.
Yes.
It's cow feed. Okay. If you're eating sugar, which most of us are, you are tied into this town. This place is great. Master plan place, religious community, founded by, get this, former founder of Domino's. 323, that is amazing. Sugar brings in money. Internet says the best bass fishing of anywhere. Ours on windows. Wow, it just totally changed.
Hard work people, fruits, vegetables growing here, they go everywhere.
There's always more than you think, that is for sure. All right, guys, we're about an hour inland from the nice beaches, the big hotels, coastal South Florida. So out here today, we're gonna go on an adventure going through different towns. For my research, totally different identities, and a part of the state really most people don't have an understanding of, including myself. Looks like they're set up for battle in Okeechobee. They have a helicopter out there, some guns, a tank. Okeechobee is known for ranching. Right outside of town here, bunch of ranches, bunch of big trucks. Combat Concepts and Fitness, the Studio Collective. A bit of a Western look, park down the middle. Saturday morning, a little bit quiet. Gatorheads. Sunny, right?
Yes.
How are things in Okeechobee these days?
The economy is fairly decent.
This is like old Florida.
Yeah.
Alligator heads. Is there anything you won't sell, Sonny?
I won't sell my soul.
There we go. Are many people moving into Okeechobee right now?
There's a lot of people coming from southern coasts. From the East Coast are coming back up here.
Just cheaper? Is that why?
Yeah, they're
More
selling,
space?
selling out down there and coming here because it's a little cheaper. I don't know this for a fact. They said that this is originally made the town to be the capital of Florida.
Henry Flagler.
Yeah, that's why they put the park in there. Railroad used to run through the park years and years ago.
Okay, right here. And this is the smack center of it all.
Basically, yeah.
We got a little festival over here. What's up, you guys? What's going on here?
It's for fathers to come and have fun with their children. So they can,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
I'm making a video on Okeechobee.
Oh,
Are
really?
you guys from here?
Yes, sir.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What's going on in Okeechobee?
I think Okeechobee is growing a lot. We got a Starbucks, which is new. We've never had it.
You're fired up on Starbucks.
Oh yeah, we are. No, we definitely are. It's a good place to grow up around. Like everybody knows each other.
Sure.
Yeah, and like I honestly I love it here.
Yeah, so just a nice little Saturday community sort of event set up. Got the kids out.
This morning they had 2 5K runs. Rock Solid Christian Academy had one, and the Chamber of Commerce had one down at the lake. And then they're also doing a fishing tournament. It's hosted by the Sheriff's Office. It's first responders.
Nice. You guys love living here?
Oh yeah.
It's cool. Good for kids.
Country little town, nice to raise a family in.
Ranching the thing.
Big thing here. You actually, last week, they did a cattle drive where they spent like a whole week moving cattle through the different ranches, and then came out on 441 and took all the cattle into the arena. It's pretty cool.
So when people think South Florida, they're not thinking this usually.
Probably not.
Not like Miami, big
Yeah.
city.
This couldn't be any more different than Miami.
Way different.
Way different.
Got the historic bank of Okeechobee. Doesn't look like it's in business, but good job with the murals. And the Okeechobee Bulls. Florida cattle ranching, 500 years. In 1521, Juan Ponce de Leon brought a small herd of cattle and horses with him on his second expedition to the New World. Most people don't think of Florida as a ranching place, but these interior areas, well, that's what it's about. You can see they set up this nice park in Okeechobee. We're talking Palm Beach, an hour away, and right down the road is this. I just had my breakfast, but let's check out Gladys's restaurant. You're not from here.
Originally from Michigan. Yep.
What are you doing down here?
We fell in love with Okeechobee when we were snowbirding, and we fell in love actually with Okeechobee by coming here.
Your daughter.
Yes, that's my daughter. My name is Tina.
Tina.
We're the
Okay.
Russell family.
The Russell family. How long have you been here, Tina?
We've been here for 8 years.
Okay, so Tina, you're fully packed, and we're coming up on 12 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And it's breakfast.
It's breakfast or lunch.
Okay, and so what made you fall in love with Okeechobee?
Well, we were snowbirds, a young family, homeschooled. My husband owned a business, and we came here avoiding Michigan weather. And so we were camping at the KOA. We actually came to this restaurant as a family.
Okay.
And I feel like it reflects what Okeechobee is. It's a small hometown. Everybody's friendly with everybody.
People are cool.
Yeah. We had breakfast here, and I said, I want to raise our family here. And so spring, we actually bought this. So
Just this spring?
yes, sir. Yep.
Any regrets?
No, not at all. Actually, it was, I grew up, my parents owned a convenience store. So
Okay.
when my oldest daughter was starting to look for a job, I knew what kind of character building I wanted in my kids. So I told my husband, we need to find a business that can help create jobs for them. So actually, all my kids are working right now. On Saturday, we all work.
All right, take care. All right. Have a good one. Just talked to a former officer from the coast who just moved out here, didn't want to be on camera, and he said he loves it. So that's what you're getting. That's the vibe so far. Country, slow, people know each other, Harley's cruising, Okeechobee. Old small homes. Look at that one all grown in there. Old trees with Spanish moss. Let's come alive in a couple months here. It is dry season, so this is about as dry as it looks. Look at that beauty. And then you see this. So a lot of development going on out here.
Number 8, Bruce Walker.
All right, so I guess we have a youth rodeo going on out here.
Number 9, Ashlyn Galarza.
Just going after him. Not giving up. Not letting off. Just got the lasso going. I had no idea they started this young, and I bet it's like hockey.
All right, that's a no time for Hartley Sellers.
Where the top pros
That wraps up our junior
started when they were like 4 years
breakaway.
old. And I'm sure it's a skill that takes years and years to refine. So correct me out there for those that know the sport, but I'm guessing these kids are the ones that go pro eventually. No one gets into it like when they're 22. What's up, guys? Didn't see you there. Just wanted to update you on what's going on here. Oh, that was pretty cheesy, but sort of funny, I think. Just want to update you guys on what's going on here. Just submitted the manuscript for my book, Your Fellow Americans. It's going to look like this. Actually, it's going to be thicker, but for 9 months, been writing the book. It's about the stories of the videos. It's about behind the scenes stuff. It's about some of my story. Great stuff about our country for its birthday. Now this goes live August 4th, but you can pre-order now, and it would be a great help if you did, if you're gonna buy the book, because the more pre-orders I get, the more chances it gets into bookstores like Barnes & Noble or airport shops. Got the link down below, you can pre-order there. If you love the videos and you like to read, you're gonna love this book. There's great stuff in here, even some of my more rebellious stories back in the day. I think you'll like those. Right, Zyka? Yeah? Okay, cool. Link down below. Now back to the video. Here we go. A lot more new builds, a lot more development in the interior. So Florida right now is just north of 24 million people, and people went to the most desirable places in the beginning, as in nice beaches with turquoise water. I don't know, I think it's all gonna fill up eventually, right? All this interior You got the West Coast that's busy, you got the East Coast that's busy. There's a lot of open land here, but I just think in the next 10, 20, 30 years, a lot of urban bridges will be made. As low as $350 a month. So there are a ton of these communities around the shores of Lake Okeechobee. I'd say these are permanent residents. I think there's a combo in these parts. Snowbirds coming down, maybe these RVs here. There's a lady fishing there. Much cheaper interior living here. So I was on Zillow last night. Okeechobee, you get a house for like $150 maybe. 200, 300, 400 gets you something pretty nice. Compare that with the coast and it's night and day. So the push to the interior in Florida is a real thing. And if you love fishing, that's I guess why a lot of people are here too. Little waterways in between each street. The Buckhead Community Complex. Glades County Sheriff's Office, look at that. That's it. That's your sheriff's office. These guys are everywhere. So the city of Okeechobee comes right up to the shore of Lake Okeechobee, and not far from here was the largest disaster in Florida state history. Over 2,500 people died in 1928 when the hurricane happened. The great, I believe it's called the Okeechobee Hurricane, the biggest one to date as far as casualties. And right after, they built this dike system that runs the whole perimeter of the lake. It totally changed the southern interior part of Florida. This is an integral part of the Everglades. It used to take roughly a year for water to get from the south side here all the way out to the Gulf. Because all the dikes and the modern infrastructure put into Florida, that's all changed. We're gonna get south on the south side here into the town of Clewiston. And Clewiston is known for sugar, the sweetest city in America, they say. And the sugar industry has benefited greatly from the taming of Lake Okeechobee. Out, guys. See how the town is designed here? The street patterns. Everything seems to be named Sugar. Sugar Park, Sugar Drive, Sugar this, Sugar that. Once the dike was put in, the irrigation was controlled, the flooding was controlled, just prime territory for sugarcane. And so as you saw coming into town, just sugarcane fields for as far as the eye could see. This is ground zero for sugar in America. Florida is the biggest sugar producer. U.S. Sugar, the biggest sugar company. Most of this stays domestic. A bit goes international, but most domestic from my understanding. And so you are tied into this town. If you're eating sugar, which most of us are, and sugar, as we know, can be found in bread and pretty much everything, then Clewiston is the starting point for the food you eat many a times. You're drinking a soda today, having a candy bar, and here we go. We have, you can see sort of a master planned community a little bit. You can see how this looks here. I know we're probably getting a red line through it, but designed for one reason only, for the sugar industry to flourish. It's got a nice look to it here. Big open spaces, palm tree lined streets. I thought this town was gonna be beat up, scruffy. Definitely didn't see this coming. Look at that beauty. You work in sugar?
Yes, sir.
So that's mostly everyone in town, right?
Mostly, yes. That's probably the #1 area for employment here. They got Walmart and stuff like that, but it's mainly U.S. Sugar.
And you can live in a nice home with beautiful streets here, working in sugar.
Yep. As long as you're dedicated.
And so these sugar jobs, they're just long-running jobs, like people get in it and they stay in it?
Yeah, most likely. There's a lot of people that went there right after high school, and they're still there. Now they have homes, families.
So it's a good life out here.
Yeah. Now there's more risk of everything else happening, you know, car accidents, house burglaries, or car getting broken into.
And you're not feeling it out here?
It increases the risk, but here in a small town, nothing. At least for me.
Good place for raising kids.
Yeah, good place for raising kids.
Sugar brings in money, that's for sure. It's got a lot of lobbying power in the US government, and it's got a lot of sway. It's got a lot of weight. And you could do a whole sugar story, and I think many have, but that's not really my wheelhouse. I don't know enough about sugar to speak credibly on it, other than the basics. I've just taken a fascination about the modern day company town concept. I've done a couple of videos in Arizona in the copper mining towns that are completely owned by one company. This obviously isn't that. For example, people can buy property here, and in a company town you can only rent, but there's something interesting about the lifestyle of the people who are all tied into one industry to some degree. Lake Okeechobee, the second biggest freshwater lake in the United States, in the contiguous United States. And many say, and the internet says, the best bass fishing of anywhere. I'm sure that's up for argument, but a lot of bass boats out here going out. Lake's massive, looks like an ocean. You can't see the other side of it. This part of town is right next to Clewiston. I think it's a different town. Harlem. We have a monster truck here. It's jacked up. You can see the sugar plant in the background there. So I'm guessing all of these people here also work for US Sugar. Guessing. There's not much information on this town, I gotta say. There's really not much. What's that, a movie theater back in the day down there? Total opposite of the other side of the road. Got a party lounge. Yeah, a little rundown over here. Camera down, get some hard looks. It's all right. Bars on windows. Wow, it just totally changed. Harlem's got some nice homes, but some rundown stuff too. So there's always more than you think. That is for sure. I'm an outsider, not an expert. Do my best to show you guys what I see. Because with video making, I could just show the nicest homes, or I could just show the most blighty stuff possible. And that's what you'd walk away thinking. And so I try to get absolutely everything.
We are a brand new Jamaican restaurant.
This is your father?
Yes.
Hey, nice, nice.
The owner.
Nice.
We're both the owners.
So we're in Harlem right now. It's not Clewiston, it's a different town.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes,
okay.
we're more in the county, yes.
Does everyone here work for Sugar?
Most people do.
That's the big employer.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Biggest employer. Yeah, I want to say you work for Sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For a long time.
All right.
28 years. 28 years.
Mm-hmm. You still doing it, or are you just doing this? You retired?
Yeah.
How was it?
It's good.
It was good.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, he supported our family very well off of US Sugar. Yeah.
So in a way, it's like a company town.
Yeah, honestly it is.
Okay.
It is, yeah. This is our restaurant. We do have a lot of activities going on the side because this is where people hang out a lot. We know how to party here in Clewiston.
You're bringing the Jamaican vibe.
Yes.
To Harlem.
Yes, we're bringing the Jamaican vibe.
But you grew up here.
Absolutely.
Show us what's going on in here.
This is our new establishment.
Brand spanking new.
Brand spanking new. We renovated everything. Okay, you okay?
And so you're doing a lot to go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. I'm gonna see you later now.
Oxtail? Oh yeah, nice.
Jamaican style.
You make this?
Yeah. Add here.
Oh yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty. It smells delicious.
It's just delicious.
Can I give you the camera? I'll show the food. Okay.
Sweet potato.
Oh yeah. Rich, hearty broth. What bone do you have in there?
Oh, cow feet.
Cow feet. It's cow feet.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's really delicious, right? The coconut milk.
Coconut milk. That's what's doing it. Red peas.
Yellow yam. Sweet potato.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fro.
We have natural born Jamaicans cooking this food.
Jamaica's
Okay? Jamaica's finest.
All right, and everyone out there, you got to come here. This is quite possibly one of the best soups I've had.
Thank you.
Yeah, fact. So good work on that. Thank you. Actually, I'm digging this over here. Driving through, it was, you know, cameras, people are always wondering, you know, why do you have a camera up? And it's understandable, fully. But I told them what I was doing, and they were so cool and invited me in and showed everything off. So support these guys if you're in the neighborhood. It's called Island Vibes. Interesting place. Then you have this new construction right up the road. It seems like this area is on the up overall, I would say, as in a feeling of more people coming into town than leaving. Those cool buildings. A church here. We have so much ground to cover today, guys. Unfortunately, we're just breezing through, but at least it gives you a bit of a flavor. I just love showing juxtaposition. First of all, you never know until you go. I hear a lot from people like, I just don't have time to travel or the money. But in the United States, so many times if you just drive 45 minutes, go into a new town, down a new street, you run into an experience that you wouldn't expect. And so you don't need a lot of time, you don't need a lot of money. And then you come back from a day like today, thinking differently about your life, about where you live. I think in a positive way. I think all of this stuff goes positively. And it's just good to break out of the patterns. Break out of going down the same roads, going to the same places, seeing the same faces, but actually just a little trip like this today is an interesting experience. All right, guys, so we got to get on the road here because got some ground to cover. Next stop, Immokalee. Totally different vibe from my understanding. And then the last destination is gonna blow your mind. Master plan place, religious community, like an oasis out in the middle of nowhere. So this is Immokalee, and here is primarily workers for all the agriculture around here. It's fields and fields forever, and then you have Immokalee right in the middle of it. People think, including myself, until I started researching this, I just think Central California fruits and vegetables. And while it's the biggest player, Central Florida is another massive player for the agriculture. Parks are busy, BMX bikes, soccer balls. I think it's roughly 70 or 80% Latin, maybe more. Look at that. Beautiful. Looks like we got a little farmer's market here. And this is a cultural trip, that's for sure. It's like a true traveling. Got a bunch of food carts here. Catching the end of the farmer's market. Bunch of tables set up for the day, I'm sure. Okay, the lady didn't want to be on camera, but she says Saturday's a big work day, so this doesn't really come alive until nighttime. And then Sunday, it's just wild here. It's totally busy. But you can see there's just oils, bananas, produce, toilet paper, whatever you need to live seems to be out here. And she said it's mostly Mexicans and Guatemalans out here. So unlike most of Florida, or at least South Florida, I'd say the majority you see are Cubans or Venezuelans, but interior here, the farm workers, not really any Cubans or Venezuelans. Immokalee. Definitely a different Florida. I mean, if we're gonna compare this with what's on the coast, literally, I don't know, an hour away, it's two different universes. Show you guys some back roads here, some neighborhoods. And know it's wild. I just found this property on Zillow. It's a piece of land, and it's gonna blow your mind how much it costs. Housing's tight here. It's literally just a small town, nothing around it, on its own. So real estate is a premium here, even though looking at some of these places, you wouldn't think so. All right, let me see if I can find it here. I think it's up here. But know what I like in this neighborhood? I gotta say, the streets are a bit alive. Like, there is life to the place. I'm sure everyone knows everyone. They all work together, live together, go to school together, shop together. It's sort of pleasant walking around, actually. All right, guys, here it is, next to this home, right here. This plot, which is about 1/3 of an acre, guess the cost. 1/3 of the acre, with the roosters, Spanish moss, Immokalee. $180,000. You heard me right. $180 for that piece of land. So how much is that place with a house on it? That is wild. So I read they are really packing in a lot of these homes because rents are in demand. There's no new building, it looks like, and there are plenty of jobs. So there you go. If you're ready to make the move, I just found it for you. But that's wild, huh? 180 grand for that? Yeah, and just a lot of places like this. Small, simple places. And so I read online that the ag products from this region go to 162 countries and territories. A lot of the ag here feeds the United States too. A lot of tomatoes out this way. So when you sit down tonight, these workers here might have picked the tomatoes on your salad or the pasta sauce that you're enjoying your spaghetti with. Isn't it wild how that works? We're all connected. All right, what's this guy selling here? Let's get some of this. Is that basil? ¿Qué tal? Basil?
No, I don't know name. It's yerba mora.
¿Cuánto costa?
$3 each.
Okay, let's do it. Uno.
Okay.
¿De dónde eres?
Mexico, Oaxaca.
Oaxaca. Bonita. Oh, nice. Gracias.
Okay.
Gracias. Hasta luego. Okay. Look at that, $3. Okay, we have the Mexicana store. It's like a little village market. We got some roosters under there. Got some good hats for the fields. Made in Mexico. Sure, the workers come in, get the food, go eat out there at the tables. Let's see what we got for prices here. 1.5 pounds, $20. Looks pretty good. Wow, that's only $6.25. $3.23. That is amazing. That is cheap. $5.05 for all of this. Look at that. 2.67 pounds. 2.67 pounds. It's got the spice on it. $5.05. That is unbelievable. All right, Giorgio doesn't want to be on camera, but he said I could ride his four-wheeler. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah. There we go. people don't want to be on camera. It's too bad. I was just in that shop and they were so cool and I couldn't get them on camera. Same with Giorgio, the dude's four-wheeler I'm on. He said, go take it for a spin. Thanks, man. So you work at the radio station?
I work.
Okay,
Yes.
how's the town these days?
Good people, hard work people.
Yeah.
And it's a nice place. They have a good players here as well.
Players?
Yes.
For what? Football?
They do, I don't know the name in English, but it's like soccer.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
it's soccer, yeah.
Okay, so most people here are working in agriculture.
Yes. It's amazing how they can, keep this town or the country alive, because fruits, vegetables, and everything that is growing here, they go everywhere. It's family people. They are not criminals. They are really good people. The community is really, really good for us.
So mostly Mexicans?
Mexicans, Guatemala.
No Cubans, no Venezuelans?
Some Cubans.
Okay.
I am Dominican.
You're Dominican?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
And they have Haiti people from here too.
Okay.
And they could work it as well.
It's a whole nother Florida out here. Totally different.
It is.
It's cool though. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
You're very sweet.
Thank you.
Who do I pay here?
Let me see. Mami, él quiere pagar. ¿Cómo estás? Ellos están haciendo como una entrevista para poner el pueblo de Immokalee arriba.
I'm gonna buy the Mrs. fruit too. Okay, thank you.
Oh, no, it's not necessary.
Yeah, I want to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you so much.
Take
Nice
care.
to meet you.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, sir. Here we go. Guys, I would love to stay in this town and get a good Mexican meal, because I'm sure there are plenty here, but we got to get our last stop before sundown. So I'm tempted, but I'm gonna settle for fruit right now. And like that woman said, Mexicans or Latinos here, they work. It's true. I mean, straight up. Thank God. They have a work ethic. We would not have fruits and vegetables and half the things we eat without that labor force. And what's interesting about that labor force, I don't know how things are working here, so I'm not going to speak about it when I don't know the full truth. But for example, the US government has the H-2A visa. That's a temporary sort of farm agricultural worker visa. I believe we're giving out more than 400,000 of those a year right now. It's gone up in the last couple of years. So we are giving more of those visas for people to work here. Now, permanent residence, impossible to know, but there is that system that doesn't get reported on so much, as in field workers, farm workers, totally here legally and getting that H-2A visa. I wish there was more of that. I wish there were these people, they come, they work hard, and if they add to society, to the country, there has to be a limit, obviously, but there has to be a pathway of some sort. And the H-2A visa, I think, is one way to do it. And I need to dig into that more, like what visas the US government is giving to, say, more permanent workers that come up here and work. I don't know. It's a topic to explore for sure. Fruit's good. Let's go. Camera doesn't fully give this justice, but we're literally 10, okay, max 15 minutes away from Immokalee to here. Ave Maria, founded in 2007 by, get this, by the former founder of Domino's, Tom Monahan. So he sold his business, most of it I believe, and wanted to start a town. So this is a new town built around the Catholic University here. This is like a self-contained, removed from everything, really posh, clean, well-manicured world. This is really a trip today, you guys. Just the differences of each town's identity. Let's try to get as much in before it gets dark. Okay, I pulled this up. Ave Maria was built on purpose, a planned community designed around faith, order, and separation from the surrounding region. Intentional social architecture to reinforce shared moral framework in a space free from outside cultural interests. So I think they accept everyone here. It's not fully Christian, but they wanted to create something that revolves around the faith. So that's why you have that right in the center of town. Roughly 6,000 to 7,000 people living here, and it's growing. Golf cart culture. It's got a little bit of the Villages feel, first impression, but different. Let's walk around. So I guess this is all the university right over here. The university has roughly 1,100 to 1,300 students, and also some good high-paying jobs because you have professors working there, living here. We have some of the donors. Light's hitting it perfectly. Peaceful. Nice, beautiful church. For a modern church. Heard a lot of languages here too. So we have a Mexican restaurant here. Then I'm gonna say the best Mexicans down the road. Melt, Vicky Bakery. Bunch of new shops. I mean, founded in 2007. That's an amazing feat. That's a lot of construction to make all that happen. So, Catholic, want to be around a lot of other Catholics. Makes sense. Living in a place like this, I'm sure it's a cool community out here. I'm sure there are events and whatnot. Can imagine. Very safe. Don't see a edgy element to this place. It's maybe boring for the youth. Definitely see that, but I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff going on, just not getting it at the right time. It's Saturday, so that's Saturday Mass going on there. All right, let's cruise.
Thank you.
White kid said thank you. It's nice. Good parenting. I was at Whole Foods the other day, and I stopped for these young teenage girls. Didn't have to, there's no crosswalk. And no thank you at all. They're probably dressed in $1,000 worth of clothes each. So it's nice to see that. The thank you from the youth. All comes from the parents. All right, guys. So a lot of roundabouts here. And it just looks like a lot of that. A lot of homes, waterways, nice lake. I mean, if predictability and safety and I guess knowing what's around every turn is your thing, then this is the place. So you said they're gonna put 1,000 more homes in?
1,000 more homes going in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's expanding rapidly.
How many years have you lived out here?
7 years. 7 years Christmas.
Do you like it?
It's okay. We lived in South Bend, Indiana.
Okay.
We had 4
distinct seasons.
Okay.
We used to enjoy those.
Yes, Florida summers are brutal. But what about the community? Do you like the community?
The community is okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I'm not Catholic.
You're not Catholic?
I'm not Catholic.
Okay.
A lot of people aren't Catholic.
Okay.
So we actually attend church in Naples.
Oh, okay. What denomination are you?
Well, we're in a Baptist church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good place for kids?
Very good place for kids. This is one right here.
This is
my
Junior?
grandson.
Nice.
Can I get some juice?
Yes, you can. That's my grandson.
Your neighbors are from where?
Turkey. These people were from, been here for 2 years now. They were from Colombia.
But people come here because they want safe, clean.
You'll notice as you travel the communities, you'll see some police cars from Miami, from Dade County and so on. I've spoken with several of them. They said it was better on me to go to work in Miami and know my family's safe here in Ave Maria.
Are you serious?
It's about thinking.
Yeah, you just see a bunch of kids out and about. See a lot of garage doors open. Oh, there it is. Just what he was saying, police. That's funny, he called it. We're a few streets away too. Miami-Dade. Guy drives, I'm guessing 2 hours just to get into Miami and keep his family out here. So, wow, look at this. This is massive. Well, seems like they're not the only ones that want this. This seems to be really growing. Oh, that's cute. What is this guy?
Carmelo.
Carmelo puppy, yeah?
He's a toy multi-poo. He's
Cute.
only 9 weeks old.
So you all met each other?
Yesterday, we were walking
Okay.
and they were outside.
And how long have you lived here for?
Since May of last year.
Your daughter?
Yeah, one of them.
You guys like it? You guys liking it?
We like it. We love
Cool.
it.
So what are we
In
doing?
Fort Lauderdale. Couldn't find a house for like less than $1 million, so we just came out this way.
Okay. What are houses for out here?
Depends. Like, depends how big, how small, but like mine basically was like around $550. too.
Okay.
But I have a 4.3 with a pool, and you can't get that out there. These houses down here on this side, they're like they got them for $398, I think, and they're 3 bedrooms, but they don't have pools.
Okay.
But it's pretty affordable.
What are we doing? We doing a picture?
I want to do.
Okay, let's do it.
Come on, get a picture. Get a picture.
How are we doing this?
Here, go on this side.
Puppy in the middle.
Puppy in the middle.
All right, guys, what a day today. And I could have spent a day in each one of these towns, but I wanted to show you the differences between the towns here in South Central Florida. Ranching up in Okeechobee, Clewiston, straight up sugar industry, Immokalee, produce, labor, Ave Maria, faith-based, here for purpose. People from all over the world. So quite a mix of places in a, I'd say, pretty much unknown part of the state and the country. So thanks for coming along on that journey, you guys. Until the next one.